All right, so I want to welcome you guys to this meeting. We have both men's and women's water polo, men's and women's swimming athletes that are on the meeting here today. And the meeting today is to just talk about a couple of things. We have 2 assignments that are coming up due here pretty quick. I do want to make sure that you guys is being recorded, and we will post this meeting in modules for each of the teams. So if you need help in going back and understanding something, you can go back and watch the recording and get a good feel for what's going on. There's first thing is, I'm going to share my screen here real quick. The first thing is our code of conduct. And I'm sharing the wrong screen here. Let's see, I'm going to go to here. All right, so the first one is our code of conduct. And we go to any one of our KinX classes and just on modules, then you're going to be taken to this page, basically student athlete information. We are going to be talking about our athletic clearance, which is up here. Ali's going to talk about that with you guys today. Ali is our athletic trainer. The other one that we're going to be talking about is here, and it's the code of conduct video and the code of conduct quiz. And you guys have to have that completed by this Friday, the 18th, right? So you would just click on this code of conduct video, make sure that you watch that video. There's going to be some very specific things in there that follows that video, and you just need to make sure that you're taking that quiz. If you need to go back and take a look at the video, you can do that, answer those questions correctly, and that has to be done by this Friday. All right, we sent an announcement out to you guys quite a while ago, so I'll tell you when that was sent out. Hopefully you guys are paying attention to those announcements. It was the mandatory code of conduct must be completed. Let's make sure that we just do this Friday. All right, if there's any problems or issues with that, don't hesitate to contact us. All right, so if we go back to modules, sorry, I'm going to head back over here. All right, so again, you just come down and it's the code of conduct presentation and the code of conduct, and you have to do that. So right now it seems pretty low key. We're not competing. We're not in this mass. We've given you a lot of time to kind of take care of some things. That code of conduct is part of your eligibility process. So as we get through January, then we want to have all those things checked off, that they're completed. Nobody's worried about anything. We're going to be taking care of our weeks as well. But today I brought Ali in with you guys to talk about our athletics, I believe on October 6th. So she's going to start walking through some of the stuff with you. So I'm going to here right now, and I'm going to turn it over to Ali. Ali is our athletic trainer. As you guys know, you may or may not know, we have 3 full-time and a couple of part years in the country. Division 1, Division 2, Division 3, doesn't matter. These trainers are phenomenal. They're healthy for competition. They're not trying to keep you out of the water for any reason, unless it's that you're healthy. They want to make sure that you're, you're in the best shape that you can be. And if you get here to help you guys. So Ali is specifically our athletic trainer for aquatics, and I'm going to turn it over to her.
Okay, great. Thank you. Well, again, I'm Ali. I put a little presentation together for you guys, so let me pull that up. Here, share. Um,
that that athletic screening paperwork? Can I get some feedback on that? Anybody had a chance to look at it? I think some of you guys have done it, right? Allie, have a couple people turned it in?
yeah, I've been getting some people that have started it or have submitted for it. So yeah.
Okay, have they been done correctly, or were there some issues
I'm still kind of
that you saw
going,
along the way?
yeah, I'm going through them one by one of the different teams right now. I was just trying to see who has submitted, and then there's a lot of little pieces to it. So what I'm doing at the end of the week is I'll send you information of kind of who's missing things, or I might even reach out to the individual personally and let them know what it is, so then we can get that filled out correctly.
Okay, that's perfect. Thank you, Allie.
Yeah, you're welcome. Can you guys all hear me okay? I feel like my reception was kind of spotty, but I'll try my best. So let's see. Okay, so again, I'm Allie Lacayo. I'm the athletic trainer that, like Mark said, I work with aquatics. I also work with basketball, volleyball, and our kind of cheer and pet program. So all over the place. So what I want to do today was just kind of talk to you guys about what online and virtual resources we have available for you. I know this semester is a little unique for not just you, for us, for everybody. So we want to just be able to provide you with as much support and resources as possible. So I'm here to kind of talk to you about that, and then the requirements needed to be able to kind of provide those for you. So some of the online resources that we have available are, we will be able to do injury evaluations via Zoom. We'll also be able to help you out with any assistance with any medical referrals. So hopefully not, but in the event that you may sustain an injury during these kind of home workouts, our staff or myself will be able to assist you with any type of insurance and just processing that and referring you to the appropriate people to be able to get you recovered as quickly as possible. In the event too, especially that we're virtual, we will also be able to provide rehabilitation equipment that's available for you to check out. So depending on what your injury is, if there's resources that we have on campus, we can coordinate something so that we can check out those resources for you so that you can have those to properly recover. And then lastly, we're here to just answer any questions or concerns that you have. Email is probably the quickest way to get a hold of us, and I will be providing that information for you shortly. So in order to be able to properly provide an injury evaluation for you, we'll just need a little bit of information from you guys first. Some of those requirements are to be registered with the Sportswear Online, so that's the SWOL account. And then once you're registered on there, we'll have your information, our consent to treat, and we'll be able to have you just shoot us an email and set up an appointment time, and we'll be able to properly evaluate you. So with the Sportswear Online, we provided instructions online, but it has been a little tricky for some people. So I just kind of wanted to go through it really quickly with you guys to hopefully answer some questions. So if you're familiar already, I'm sure, with the Mount SAC Athletics website, you will visit that website. There's going to be a tab that says Student Athlete. You'll click on that tab, and then there will be a drop-down link that's going to say Athletic Training, Sports Medicine. You'll choose that link, and then there's going to be another link that will pop up that's going to say Student Athlete Medical Clearance. You'll click on that, and then there will be this little PDF link that will pop up, and that'll say Student Athlete Medical Clearance Guide. It will be the instructions for how to properly register for Sportswear Online. What I did is I kind of took some screenshots, and I'll show you to kind of walk through that process, but that PDF is exactly what I am going to be showing you today. So it is there for your reference. Just to let you know too, this Sportswear Online, it is available through your computer, but also through like your mobile device. I highly recommend using your computer if possible. I think it just goes a little bit easier, but you can use your phone if you need to be able, that's like your only way to kind of get online. So if you're kind of familiar with the Mount SAC website, this is that PDF link that I was showing you. So what you do is when you go to the sportswear, the SWOL123.net, so that's the sportswear online website, you'll click on that, and this, if you see that red arrow at the bottom, it says athlete, parent, want to join sportswear. That will be what you click. So you'll choose that, and then it'll take you to this next link, and it's going to ask you to put your school ID. That's how we'll identify you as a Mount SAC student athlete. And you'll put in the school ID. We have it written here for you, and I kind of wrote on the side. So it's Mounties 2019, capital M. So I know some people were having some trouble, so I just want to highlight that. And then you'll press the next button. And then it's just going to ask for some information for you. So it'll ask for like your name, your email. You can either put your personal email or your school email. It's not a preference for us. It's going to be whatever email that you will check more regularly. So that's up to you. It'll ask your date of birth, and then the group, it's going to say Mount SAC. That's what the drop down should be. So go ahead and click that, and then you'll press next. And once that happens, the system will send and alert me that there is an applicant waiting to get approved. So what I've been doing at that point is some of the athletes that are returners or sophomores, I have already created some accounts for you guys from last year. So what I would do is just look at your new information, kind of merge the two accounts together, and then approve your request. So for the sophomores, you might log online and realize some of your information is already on there. That's totally fine. Just review it and make sure that everything's up to date and properly put in there. You might have had an insurance change or emergency contact change, whatnot. So just review that. And for those that are freshmen, you'll just have to kind of put everything in manually, but that's okay. But once the request comes to me, I'll approve it. You will get sent this email with this big link. You'll click on that, and that will allow you to start to finish the process to sign up. So once you get that link, you'll be able to.
Sorry, Ellie.
Sure.
Ellie, just a quick reminder to the teams. Just make sure that your parents are nearby as you're starting to enter some of this information, because they're the ones that have most of that information. So just make sure somebody that has that information is near you. You can ask them the quick questions. They can give you the account numbers, et cetera, and make sure it's all entered in so you don't get frustrated and you don't, like, I don't know what those numbers are. Just make sure your parents are nearby.
Yeah, that'll totally be helpful. And in the event that as you're putting in your information, you might be missing something, you can still save your information and go back and finish putting it in if you don't know at that moment. But it will alert myself and you to let you know that that information is still incomplete. So nobody is fully approved until it shows me that everything's been complete. So kind of in this link here that I'm showing you, once you get your, you'll be able to create your own password and whatever email you used, and then you'll click onto my information, and this link's, this image is a little small, but it'll show how on this one it says incomplete. It's because you'll have to put in all your information, and on the second part, there's also some documents that we have uploaded that you can just download, fill out the information, and then send that back, or sorry, re-upload it to the account. And it will, again, alert me and you if those are still missing. So I saw a lot of students that had forgotten about the documents. So that's what was missing a lot of people. So I wanted to highlight that. Once that has been completed.
Those documents.
I'm sorry?
How do they upload those documents?
Just once they download them, they can fill them out like on the computer and then save it and then reattach it.
Okay.
You can also scan it if you have that available. I know some people with their phones are able to take a picture and scan it. And then again, if you guys have any questions with that, feel free to email me and I'd be happy to assist you with that. And then once your sportswear account has been up to date, then we can do those virtual Zooms and evaluations and be able to help you with that, because now all the documents are properly in and we'll be ready to go. But you are still welcome to email me beforehand if you have any questions. So what I wanted to do here was provide you with my email. So Ali Lacayo, that's my name, and my email. Feel free to take a photo of this. Also, my information is available on the website, the Athletic Training Mount SAC website. But yeah, this is for your reference. And if you guys have any questions, I put my email up again.
That's perfect. Thank you, Ali. Guys, do we have any questions for Ali at this point?
I do. I had, because for us, we had it a due date due like early September, and then we also had a due date mid-September. So I filled it out and completed it early September. However, there was one document that was only for students or athletes under the age of 18, and I didn't fill that one out. Do we still have to fill it out if we're over the age of 18?
No, that's a great question. No, you do not have to fill it out. So what I'm doing is, once I'm going back and reviewing everybody, if I see that you're over the age of 18, I'll go ahead and just delete that document. So if that's the only pending document, if you're over the age of 18, the minor consent form, don't worry about filling it out. I'll delete that on your account.
And I apologize for some of the confusion on those due dates. That Lonnie and I had a miscommunication on these. So initially, we just put it up. We thought it'd be good to get them out of the way, and then we realized that we really need to get Ali on here to answer questions. So we really just want to have these taken care of by maybe the end of next week is when we want to have them done, okay?
And please, I definitely urge you guys, email me if you have any questions. You're not the only one. I've been getting a lot of them, but I've been able to help students with it. So don't be shy.
Ali, here's a question for you. What about the physicals? How will we take care of the physical part of that?
So right now we aren't requiring an actual physical during this time. So that doesn't have to get uploaded at this moment. We are still anticipating, once we do return back to campus, to host the physicals on campus again and provide that resource for the students. Our doctors are on board. It's just getting that clearance.
Right. So what that means to us is sophomores who are returning, we've already done physicals last year. All you're doing is updating your information. If you're a freshman this year, then we're doing those physicals on campus. Now, if for some reason you're going to the doctor, you scheduled a physical already, you want to do that on your own, you're welcome to. Ali, how would that work in that case?
So in that case, what you can do is, if you get a physical form, you can keep it and you can actually upload that document to our sportswear system. There's an area where you can do an attachment. What I would suggest, though, if you are going to go to the doctor, to email me, and what I will do is email you a physical form that we use, because ours is pretty detailed. And so we just want to make sure that when you do go to the doctor that they are thoroughly checking you. And so what I'll do is email you that form, and then you can print that off, take that to your doctor, and they'll fill out that form, and that could be the one that you upload.
All right. Victoria, I apologize. Did I step in before you finish the rest of your questions? I'm sorry.
You're fine, but I did have another one.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I submitted one of the documents, I think, incorrectly, and I'm wondering if there's a way I could re-upload, because I just didn't get a question answered until after the due date, so I submitted it before the due date and then need to fix it.
Got it. Yes, if you email me, just because I don't want you to share too much information over this video right now, email me what that document is. I have access to delete whatever we need to remove from the system, so let me know what that is. I'll delete it and allow you to re-upload it.
Okay. Thank you.
Anybody else have any other questions for Ali? You guys all have a good grip on how to do that. Let's try and tackle that by the end of next week. It gives you basically 2 weeks to get that done without the physical. You don't need the physical yet, but get all the other paperwork in, which is basically health questionnaire, health insurance info, all of those things. If you have questions, again, this meeting is recorded. We also have the trainer's info on our class site as well, on modules. But Lacayo, Lacayo at mountsac.edu. Okay, Lacayo at mountsac.edu. All right, they're great. They'll get right back to you, but just make sure that if you have questions, we're getting those answered as soon as possible. The other thing that you guys are going to have to get done, everybody has to have this done by Friday the 18th, is you have to have that code of conduct completed. All right, so you just go into your modules and you watch that code of conduct video. I'll apologize ahead of time for my part in that. It was not very good, but you're gonna have to sit through it. Just know that I'm feeling it with you, all right? And then you just answer the questions afterwards. I think there's a few questions. They're not really hard. If you pay attention, you should be able to answer those questions with no problems, okay? All righty, everybody good? Outstanding. If there's nothing else, no other questions, then I'll stop the recording and I'll end the meeting. Are we all okay?
There's actually one question I had.
Yeah.
For one of the forms, it says athletic designee. Will we leave that empty since it has like the designee's signature, or would we just put someone's name on it? For specifically the insurance form.
Let's see, is that one of the attachments or is this on the website?
It's on the website, I think. Where it's like the 4 separate forms after the My Info.
Okay, and does it have a little asterisk next to it? Like a red one?
No, but none of the other stuff has an asterisk on it. It's not like the one where it has like the tabs on the top. It's like there's 4 forms, which included the 18 and under form.
Mm-hmm.
But this one says the athletic injury insurance information.
I may need to look at that form again. If you are you able to type into that form, like actually like your name or anything like that?
Yeah.
If you can just type it like that, that should be sufficient enough right now. And then I will
But he doesn't have to type
that.
in. Is he supposed to type in who that athletics designee is? Or just leave that blank?
I'm still trying to see which form that one is.
It's the student athlete injury insurance information. It also states that you have acknowledged that on a certain date you spoke with an athletic trainer staff.
Let me see if I can pull it up.
Good questions.
Yeah, they are. I'm so sorry. I wish I had that available to
You might have stumped her. Perfect. We win.
I was almost done. Let's see. Okay, we said do this one. Update and attachments. So athletic insurance form, you said?
Yeah.
Okay, I see. Oh, okay. So the now I'm familiar. The Mount Sac athletic designee. Don't worry about filling that out. That would be something for me to sign. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
If you want, I mean, you can put my name, but you don't have to worry about that. That's once we get it. If I need to print that out, I'll go ahead and sign it myself. So yeah, just your name.
Do we turn it in?
No. So you'll fill it out and you can save it, and then you'll like attach it or upload it back to the portal.
Yes. Do we submit it or do we just save it?
You will submit it to the website.
Okay, so you don't put the date or you don't put the designee.
Where it says student athlete, you can just type in your name and then you would put the date.
Yeah, but at the very top, it says I, first name, last name, acknowledge that on this date, and you put a date, I met and spoke with the Mount Sac athletic training staff.
Yeah. I know we didn't actually speak on that. Typically on that one, you would write your name and the date and your insurance. So if it was Kaiser or whatnot, you would put that on there. Because we weren't able to do this in person, it would be basically like you acknowledge reviewing that information on your own. And then that would be why you would be writing your name. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah.
And basically that form, if you guys I can briefly explain it to you. That form is if you do sustain any injury during athletics or practice or anything that's involving your sport, if you have to go to the doctor of some sort and we, say, hey, you know what, yeah, let's go ahead and get you x-rays. And you say, hey, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and just go to this chiropractor and do X, Y, and Z. That form is basically saying, we won't cover you if you go ahead and just kind of do your own thing. You would have to go through like our procedure to be able to properly get the school insurance to help finance and kind of accommodate that injuries financial.
So the way it works, guys, and Allie, correct me if I'm wrong, is that if you get injured and you have insurance, let's say you have Kaiser, and whatever Kaiser does not cover, then our school insurance will cover that. So for example, you're in a water polo game, you break a finger, and the trainer takes a look at that, and they give you advice on what to do. Maybe they tell you, let's get you into your primary care or whatever and get an x-ray, or we send you to the ER, you get an x-ray, and so on. And then you get a bill from your insurance company and Kaiser doesn't pay for that, then that paperwork then just comes back to Allie, and then our school insurance gets to cover that at that point in time. Is that correct, Allie?
Almost, yes. So
Okay.
our insurance, so whatever insurance you have will be primary, meaning they're going to get billed first. Whatever's left over, our insurance acts as secondary. I cannot guarantee that we will cover 100% of it, just because that's with insurance stuff. But for the most part, they usually cover most of it, if not all, so of the remainder of it. So I just want to put that as a disclaimer. But that's why we would need to file an insurance claim. But if you kind of go off and do your own thing, that's what this particular form is for, without following our steps, then our insurance acting as a secondary may not be able to cover that because it went off course. So that's what that document was stating.
And if they're under 18, then are their parents signing that document as well electronically? Or how are they doing that?
That form, I think it allows you to put your name. You can kind of put like a space and then put your parents' name, or your parents could put that name on there too. We may need to redesign that form a little bit since everything's digital. We kind of just uploaded everything really quick. But that form is most important to get it up to date if an injury takes place. So that's why I'm kind of not putting too much stress on that one.
So when it would really kind of come into play is, let's say this has happened before, we're away at an event and somebody gets hurt and they get taken to the hospital, then we have your insurance information, it's on file, it gets taken care of, you get squared away, we bring the paperwork back, it works through the process. Your parents are going to have questions, they can communicate with the trainer as well, to make sure that everything gets sorted out. So all right, that's just kind of how that works out. But our objective is to make sure that you're taking care of the best that you can, okay? Any other questions? You guys had great questions. Really good job.
For the telehealth authorization form,
Mhm.
the witness can it just be anybody that saw you do this, or does it have to be a specific person?
Oh, it could be anybody.
All right.
Excellent. You guys are on it. All right. Anything else? All right. Then I'll end the recording at this time. Thank you guys very much. Just a reminder, get these forms done and then make sure that you've done your code of conduct by Friday. Okay? Everybody good? All right. Thanks a lot. Remember, if you got any questions, don't hesitate, text, call, anything. All right? All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Allie. Appreciate it.
Bye.
See you later.